Hey gang, this is Maria from hockeytrainingpro.com and goalietrainingpro.com. I specialize in off-ice training of hockey players, which means I help players win more games with fewer injuries, even if they don't have the natural ability or the genetic gifts of their competitors. And my goal is to help 10,000 of you do that as soon as possible. Today's question, it was a great one and I love to get it. And sometimes I don't think in terms of movements that you use in your off-ice training. I'm always thinking of things on the ice. So I love this question. And it was about sprinting technique. And the question was basically, hey, you know what? I never knew that I'm supposed to sprint on my toes. So I've started working on trying to sprint on my toes, but I find that it's really hard. Like it feels like that tendons in my ankle are too weak to let me do that. And I was like, yeah, absolutely they are. So this is a great question because I don't know about you guys, but like when I was in school, that's how we were taught. Like sprinters are on their toes, like because animals like a cheetah and things like that, like what they sprint on are actually their toes, their toes and their fingers. And then this part of their foot is what kind of looks to us like a shin. But if you ever look at a cheetah, it kind of looks like, or any of those kind of animals, even a dog, it looks like their knee points backwards. And their hind leg, it looks like their knee goes the other way, but that's really their ankle joint. And then it comes up and they have a very short femur and a short knee. Really what we see and think is, oh, that's their hip. It's actually their knee. Anyway, so he's absolutely right. I can't run on my toes with a plantar flex position and not flex at the ankle. Let me show you exactly what I mean. So if I'm sprinting and I'm trying to sprint on my toes, so I cycle around my leg and I come down and I touch here. See how my heel always drops a little bit down toward the ground. And I'm actually trying to stay on my toes, but every time my ankle dips a little bit. So that is an energy leak. That is not propelling me forward. It's just flexing my ankle. Plus my calf and my Achilles tendon are trying to hold that position, but then it's still getting yanked against that tension. So it's a little bit of an overload on that area, which could very, very easily lead to an injury. Okay, so we get that we're not supposed to run on our toes and that biomechanically it's really inefficient. So then, should we heel strike? I'm going to have to say no again. And here's why I say no to heel strike. So if I'm running and I heel strike, so my heel strikes first, see how my ankle is, it's dorsiflexed now. It's not plantar flexed like when I was trying to run on my toes. Now it's dorsiflexed, but I'm touching my heel first. You see how my heel is in front of my hips? It's in front of my other foot. That is a braking impulse. If I'm running and I want to stop, what do? I put my feet out in front of me a little bit, and that slows me down. So if I'm running and I'm touching with my heel first, that first and foremost is a braking impulse, and then I come over and now I'm on a propulsive impulse. So I don't know about you, but if you're anything like me, if I'm doing 200-meter repeats, I do not want any braking impulses whatsoever. I just want propulsion. I want to just get it done. So let me show you how we can do that. So one thing you have to think about when you're sprinting, so we're talking about maximum velocity, sprinting, not trotting along. You do have a bit of a forward body lean. So you're not straight up and down, you have a little bit of a forward body lean. So when I have my ankle dorsiflexed, and I'm doing my max velocity technique, and I bring my leg around, and then I extend my leg here, see how my toes are pulled up, but then I have that little forward body lean. Where's my foot landing? Well, it's really landing right under my hip. Do you see that? So then I'm not touching my heel in front of me. I'm coming around, that foot's striking right under my hip, and then it's propelling me forward for my next step. So it's really like the kid on the skateboard pulling themselves along like that. It's not, you don't see that kid reach out with his heel and pull. He's just there, boom, boom, boom. And that's what your max velocity technique will look like. So a little bit of a forward body lean, toes are pulled up, cycling around, and then just skateboarding along like that. So I hope that clears up the questions about sprinting and whether you should sprint on your toes or not. This is Maria from hockeytrainingpro.com and goalietrainingpro.com. See you soon.